Today we're gonna be looking at data validation. So this is just the dashboard I've created that we'll use this I'm trying to use this to show you what data validation is. On this column here, I've already put in data validation. So if I select one of these values or under this column ESR, it will update the description here, the work order, and also this task count. The chart will update. So this is basically a daily task tracker I did. So I'll show you how it works. So for its ESR, I have its activities or item to do. So I will have to enter here every day. And then the priorities. I can either put just high, medium, or low priorities. All this is already set up. So once I put in this entry, the chart, the graph on the right hand side will update. And then the status also. Is it completed? Is it still pending, or is it not started? So basically, this is what data validation does. You select from a list. Okay, for this video, we're going to go through step by step on how you can create the data validation list. Okay, so basically, data validation is a process of validating information or data before you carry out your analysis or your presentation or whatever it is that you want to do with the data. Basically, you validate it. It's more like a sort of a data cleaning or filtration process. So for this example, we have a list of people here. For the first column, we have names. Second column, we have town, and the third column, we have the contact number. So I will create a data validation for this list. Okay, I will copy this header, paste it on this side, paste. And then for the column town and contact, I will put in the VLOOKUP functions. So this equals to V lookup. I will look up the lookup value is this cell here. The table array is this one. The column index, so town is the second column from left. So put in number 2, and we want exact match, so we'll select false. Closing bracket, enter. Now for the contact, we'll do the same. VLOOKUP function. The lookup value is this cell here, which is the name, the table array, this table here, or the list there. The column index number from the left, contact is on the third column, so put in 3. And we select false because we want the exact match. Okay. Okay, now if we copy or manually enter the name, it will, these two columns will look up, or these two cells will look up this name in this table here. So if we can either copy it or manually enter it, and it will pick up the town and the contact, or otherwise we can use data validation. So click on this cell, go to data tab on the ribbon, go to data validation, click on the first one, which is data validation. Under settings, and this one, put it to list, and on the source you select the list here or the column there, and then okay. So now it's here. So you just select from the list. Once you select any name, because we have already included the VLOOKUP function, it will automatically pick up or display the contact and the town. So as it should. Okay, now this is how it is. Now one sort of a limitation for this is if we put in new entry, it will not pick it up. It will not update in this data validation list. So if I can enter maybe Peter Jack, let's say, for example. Oh yeah, Karl, Peter Carl. Peter Carl is in, let's give a town, is in Tabubil. And the contact is 7. Let's give him the contact. Okay, now that's a new entry. So we check on the list. Peter Carl is not there. Now that's a limitation there. In order to go around this limitation, we'll have to convert this list into a table. So before we do that, I'll just copy this one or just move it down. Okay, the shortcut key to change any list into a table is you press Ctrl and T. Once you hit that, this window will pop up. You just click on My Table as Headers. And okay. Okay. So now this is no longer a list, but a table. We can name the table here. Go up to, you click anywhere in the table, you will see this under table tools design. Here it says table name. You can change it and you can name it to, let's say, names. So this is a table here. Okay, when we do that, since this validation is already there, we can simply copy or manual entry there, copy the name and paste it there. Delete this one here. So since it is a table, an Excel table has this feature where it can automatically update. So it will capture in that validation that we've already put in. So you can see this Peter Carl is here. Now it's already picked up. If we enter maybe, let's say, give a new name, maybe Katie, just put the name alone. Will Katie appear here? Yes, Katie is here. So Katie, there's no town and contact, that is why it's giving us 0 here. So we can just put in town, let's say Kavieng, and the contact is this one. Now it's dynamic since it's a table and it's no longer a list. Okay, one other thing, we can go further here and put in some more controls. Go to data validation, input message, title, name. Okay, what's the message? Please select from the drop down list. That's the message. Okay. Now we hover our mouse or cursor here, the message will appear. Please select from the drop down list. Now if we can go further, and let's say if we do a manual entry and it's an error, and now we're gonna for an error message, Let's say name error. Please retry. Okay, if we do a manual entry and we didn't get the spelling correct. So let's just say Peter Carl is already there. Let's just delete the L. Now this error message is here. Name error, retry. So that's something to note about is if you do manual entry, you have to get the spelling correct. So let's say Betty alone without Kesha. Please retry name error. Instead of going for manual entry, just select from the list. So basically that's what you do when you are trying to put in data validation for your information. Also, one other thing, we can do the same thing and link everything to another sheet. So let's open the second sheet. Just delete this ones here. Clear everything. Okay. We can also link this or data analysis to another sheet. And this is how we do it. We'll just repeat what we already did. We'll look up the name which is under this column or this cell. And this time the table array is on the other sheet. So we have to come back to this sheet and select this table, comma. Since we are looking for town, is the second column from left. So we put 2 and select false. Enter. Okay, one thing I'd like to note, you click on this formula here or this cell and look at the formula up there. Since we've already given a name, a specific name to our table, which is names, now it's already here as names under table array. You see, you don't see the cells. It's giving you the name itself here. If we didn't do that, we didn't name our table, it will give you this table array. If I select it, it will give you an array. But for now, it's giving us name here. You see, names, because we already given a specific name to this table. Okay. For the second one, we'll also put in the VLOOKUP function. For the contact, we will look up. The lookup value is the name under this column name. In the table array, let's write names. See, we've already given names, so it's here. NAME as names. And then the column index is the third from the left. Contact is third from the left, and then we want it to be an exact match, so false. No, note that you can either put false or you can put 0. Okay. Go to data validation list, and this time source. And the source, we will reference it back to this column here. And then, okay. So if I click on that, that's it. See, it's still working. You can link it to another sheet. So this is how you do data validation in Excel. And if you have a knack of Excel, then you can create something more interesting like I did here. Anyway, for today, I hope you've learned something about data validation. That's it. Bye.